Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Soul's Enterprise. And for those who are into that, Happy New Year. Great to be with you. Thank you for joining and listening. Today, we are delighted to be sharing about breath work, soul's breath work, and have a little brief overview of breathwork for those who are new to it, and a good reminder for those who are experienced with it, and some best practices around breathwork for you first-timers, and a good reminder for all of us. Also, I want to talk for a few moments about the power of breathwork. Especially today is January 19th, 2022. And there is an energy to New Year's. Yes, in the soul realms, it's all beyond time, and time's not real, and time is a construct, and on and on and on. That's one reality. Another reality is time is real, what we construct and what we come together with. And there is a lot of wonderful energy running now, and a lot of possibility with people as we're co-creating and able to build potential. So just want to bring that in, and also bring in beyond those of you watching this later. It's also available to us this prana, this chi, which are some fancy words for life force, which gets accessed when we do breath work. Okay, breath is life, right? We have to breathe to survive. And when we do breath work, we get conscious with our breathing. And when we do it together in soul's breath work, it is beautifully potentiated being with a group in a circle, in person and or online. So much possible with breath work. One of the reasons we love breath work so much is it hits all levels: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. They're all accessible with breath work. And my favorite is an incredible opportunity to expand our consciousness. For example, holotrope breathwork, which I've done a bunch of, Stan Groff literally codified it and made it to induce an experience similar to LSD. Wow, who knew the breath could do that? And I've had report after report after report of psychedelic experiences for people doing soul's breath work. Not guaranteed, and like any good meditation, we don't want to have that as the goal, because then we can get stuck in it. But the possibility is amazing. And unlike other psychedelic experiences and some meditation experiences, one of the great things about breath work is you're in control. You set the pace. You set the depth. You set the intensity. That's the first thing I wanted to say about breath work. Is the encouragement is to go for it. It is a finite period of time that we're actually doing the breathing exercises. So I always want to encourage everyone to really go for it. It is breath work. And I'm not a holotropic certified. I don't think I'm going to be. That's a 3-hour journey. Generally, Soul's breath work, our breathing is like 20 to 30 minutes. Individually could be different if we have an individual session. But yeah, so we're talking 20 to 30 minutes of work. So that's the first gift for today, is really go for it when you're doing the breath work. It is breath work. And another piece we like to borrow from for Soul's breath work from the psychedelic world is set and setting. Set is short for mindset. You want to be in a good headspace for breath work. Okay. And if you're not, skip it that day. There's other breathwork opportunities if you're in a tough way. That being said, if you are depressed or anxious or worried or something's really preoccupied, breathwork could be perfect and just what the doctor ordered. So that's set. Setting, we'll talk briefly about, because it's covered in a lot of places and even covered previously, but just want to talk first and foremost about the physical. We want to be distraction free. Okay. Tell your roommates you're going to be meditating. Clear out the pets. The obvious, turn your phone off. Let's get distraction free. Let's make the most out of our Soul's breathwork time together. Okay. Also on the physical, if you have a yoga mat, great. If you don't, no problem. Generally best to be lying down as horizontal as possible. If you can tolerate it, it's good to go without a pillow. Have your entire apparatus straight for breathing, or like maybe a folded towel if you need a little bit of neck support. The key is comfort. Okay, so it's fine laying on a couch, fine laying on your bed. Key is comfort. Towards comfort, it's great to have a blanket. Even in summer, with a lot going on with the prana and chi, you could get cold. Temperature can be variable while doing breath work. So it's nice to have a blanket handy. And if you have a head bandana or any eye shades, those are really nice. Good to have water nearby when you're done with the breath work. And also nice to have a journal and pen nearby to capture some insights. Okay. All things to make you comfortable before, during, and after your Soul's breath work. So, into the physical itself, some keys are having your eyes closed. Like we said, it can get into a journey. Meditative, psychedelic, healing, transcending, beyond. Really good to keep your eyes closed. You want to remember that. Key of breath work is eyes closed. It's a very different experience with eyes open. Okay. And yeah, like I said, lying down is most recommendable, but it is also fine to be sitting up straight or whatever's comfortable. It's nice to have your back straight. Okay. Very, very important to help have you have the best experience. All right. And before we sign off for today, a couple of awarenesses while doing breath work. Okay. Like I was saying earlier, I just want to reemphasize it is breath work. So work. Go for it. It can be tiring on those levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Certainly physical if we're not used to it, but go for it. Push yourself a little bit. A lot can come with that. One very common thing that happens for the majority of people, the majority of the time, is starting off with a dry mouth. And that's fine. We keep breathing. You don't need to sip water. It'll move. Okay. But yeah, I just want to say that beforehand. A dry mouth can happen, and we'll drink water afterwards. So do try and resist that urge to go in. Also, you can get lightheaded. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of physical symptoms that can happen: emotional, mental, spiritual symptoms. I could talk for hours about what can happen, but I do want to be aware lightheaded is very common. So yeah, we just want to be aware of our positioning. It has happened where people have passed out, just lost consciousness for a minute. It's normal. It happens, but we don't ever do breath work standing or driving. Never, ever, ever driving. Okay, so we want to be aware of that. Another thing to be aware of is something called tetany. Tetany, they say, happens to about 30% of the people, and that is a muscular tension. frequently in the hands, like crab hands. It can get tight and it can be unpleasant. Totally normal, totally fine, and it passes. We just want to breathe through it, okay? And it can be other places besides the hands. It can be feet or body or legs or other places. So that's called tetany. That's a normal thing just to be aware of. Okay? So I could go on and on and on, and I didn't want this too long as an introduction. So thank you for listening. And the last things I want to say about breath work is setting wise is your intention, right? Do have an intention, just like meditation. It's fine to have a good intention. And also important is integration afterwards. So leave yourself time before and after your breath work sessions. Okay? Okay. And wanted to extend a warm invitation to this Saturday and Sunday. Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, we're going to be doing a energizing breath work, just like a 10, 15-minute practice. It's going to be really nice. And our first Soul's breath work of the year is this Sunday, January 23rd. And we would love to get together and be with you because this January, this timing is a special month. And the state of the world right now, we need the transformation of breath work. And getting together is so powerful. So definitely save this Sunday, January 23rd at 10 a.m. Pacific, and we'll see you there. Much love, everyone. Much, much love.